Just go back to Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, last week he was outstanding, but his whole time here, I mean, he's been such a big personality in the whole setup. I mean, how important has he been to basically giving you this incredible defensive record at shooting?
He's been really, really good, and probably against the odds, because when you look his past and where he was coming after got relegated twice, it was difficult to imagine it, but we saw that he had that character, that charisma, and that personality to play for our club, and he had the potential, the qualities to fit in our way of playing, and I think when you see the development that he had in the last 2 seasons, I think it's exceptional.
Are you surprised when you said he had those 2 relegations on his CV, but he doesn't seem to affect him at all? He seems to be very, very confident lad in his ability.
First day I was on the phone with him, I said, let's do it. Let's do it, because you have that feeling, you sense it when someone is, it's mentally and any question that you ask him to see how he's going to answer it, he's ready for it. You know, he's seeing ahead. He knows what is coming. He knows what he wants, and he feels capable of doing it. He has no fear. He was just looking ahead of the challenge ahead of him, and that's what he won.
Just briefly, during the documentary, he said that he'd given your phone number to his dad, and his dad told his dad to ring you. Did his dad ever actually ring you? I
called his dad, yeah, because he's very, very close to him, and I just wanted to understand that relationship and how Aaron is and how to get the best out of him. I think that's their environment, and we need to understand their environment to get the post.
Tell you how you should be playing your team.
We haven't got to that point yet, thankfully.
Gary? Did you, when you looked at his stats, those 2, I think he conceded like nearly 120 goals out of those 2. Did you have to persuade anyone internally about this is the goalkeeper you want?
We had many discussions, we had many possibilities, and at the end of the day we made a decision all together, and we were comfortable and happy to do that.
So now Dan from oh, sorry, Gary. Was there one moment in that maybe the second season that you thought this is the goalkeeper I want? Or was it a culmination of things? Was there a certain game or a certain moment you watched him you thought this is the man, this is the goalkeeper for me? Because you had Martinez at the time who was doing well. Was there a moment that you saw
before we signed him, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we play against him, I watched him a lot, and that presence and that energy that he had, I think this is the one.
Okay, we'll go Dan.
You talk about the confidence that he has, but obviously when he arrived he had that difficult period where he was getting a lot of abuse and threats, and he's talked quite openly about that. I just wondered, did you have to speak to him, or did anyone at the club have to speak to him to kind of, did you see that affect him, and how you kind of coached him back to his confident best?
That abuse was happening just before he played his first game. So you haven't even played and you're getting that abuse, so you need to separate that, understand where that is coming from, and now start to do your job, and then you're going to be judged for what you've done on the pitch, and that's a different kind of judgment than the previous one. And yeah, it was tough, and he needed some support, and we had to protect him, but he was ready to handle that. He knew that was going to happen. We discussed that before. You know, you are coming from this situation, you're going to Arsenal, and you're going to have a lot of question marks over your head, and you have to do that. If not, obviously, you go and you pay £85 million for a goalkeeper that has won anything. You don't have those questions. That's a different story. We were in that position.
So what kind of stuff could you do to protect him?
Sorry?
What kind of things could you do to protect him?
First of all, talk about it. That this is coming, and don't react. Be proactive and discuss it and expect it and get away from it. Don't read it. That's not going to help him.
Okay, last couple for tonight. Nick?
Is that an important factor when you're signing a player for Arsenal now? Because obviously there's so much noise around players on social media and everything, often abuse, like we said. They're going to hear some of it or get boosting. When you're signing a player, do you always look at how they're likely to react to that and whether they can handle it?
The individual or the perception outside?
The individual, whether they can handle it.
No, the individual for sure, yeah. You have to have certain characteristic and certain personality to survive in this environment, that's for sure.
And how has Aaron improved as a goalkeeper in the last 2 years? What have you seen change, both in him and his personality?
His consistency, number one. his ability to be decisive in key moments, especially in our way of playing, that are key moments to be able to play the way we want to play, defending and attacking, and then what he transmits as a keeper to the rest of the team and to the outside world.
Would you say the saves on Sunday were his most important contribution yet?
Sorry?
Do you think his saves on Sunday at Anfield at the end were his most important ones?
It's another day. Now it's about the next Sunday. So that game was important, and he had a couple of very important saves. But it's what you do last week. At the end, it's about 38 games in this league, and how good you've been.
Thanks, Darren.
Just off the back of that, I mean, this has been a difficult situation for a difficult season at some point for Aaron, but particularly the incident where he was struck. I think it was in a Tottenham game where he was struck on the back. Have you had to pick him up at any stage this season with some of the lows that he's had?
No, I think we are always aware of the players, and we always have to be cautious that when they are on that cliff, that we bring them to our side and don't allow them to be there, because picking them up after it takes much longer. But again, Aaron doesn't need a lot of that to be fair. He needs support, yes, like anybody else, but sometimes he needs him to calm down a little bit and take things with a different perspective.
And just one more from me. You are top of the English league. Vincent is top of the championship. Well, he's won the championship. He's got promoted. Javi is top of the Spanish league with Barcelona. Are you the unlucky one to be in the same league as the guy who managed all three of them?
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So first of all, I am very, very grateful.
Are there basic principles that all of you do see, do you feel, all of you are taken into your coaching careers?
Love the game. Love the game and work a lot, believe me. And after that is many other things.